Did Samsung just give Apple and Google their foldable phone prototype?
Apparently they did. We know that Samsung typically reserves their curved and their best OLED panels for themselves.
Yeah.
But apparently they are playing nice and giving samples to Apple and Google of their foldable OLED panels.
Now, one of the biggest themes that we saw in this Unpacked event was that Samsung was partnering up with a lot of companies that actually specialize in certain things to make their device better. But when have they ever been known to give away technology like this?
And it is kind of strange because we know in previous years that Apple is working with LG to manufacture and design and produce bendable displays. So maybe Samsung is trying to cut LG out of the deal and have Apple use their products?
Yeah, so Samsung in the past, one of their key markets is actually selling the technology of their displays. They've been known for having amazing OLED panels, and Apple, most famously on the iPhone X and XS, have been using their panels. But supposedly in 2019, Apple's going to be making the switch to LG.
Hopefully, if LG can come up with the technology to do this. The products that were sent to Apple and Google aren't the exact design specifications as what we see on the Galaxy Fold. They were about 0.1 inches smaller. So the Galaxy Fold has a display of 7.3 inches, but the samples were 7.2 inches. So it's not the exact same.
Do you think maybe it's not the same panel that they're using? It's actually
like a ploy or a trick kind of thing?
Well, I mean, no, probably not a ploy. I mean, Samsung does want Apple's business. But do you think maybe it's an older generation folding display?
Maybe.
So maybe they're keeping it?
I feel like Apple would find that out pretty quickly when they get the samples, and then obviously Apple and the competitors are going to purchase the foldable phone when it comes available.
Probably.
So they're going to see, hey, there's something different here. Why did you send us something old? It's kind of strange because we know that Samsung, like we said earlier, doesn't really like to send out their technology as samples, like we've seen on their curved OLED panels, like on the S9 and S10 products. But maybe Samsung is looking for customers because they don't think that the foldable display will impact or have a big impact as the curved OLED display did.
Now, another thing they could be doing is giving the technology to Apple and Google so that they come out with their own smartphones that fold, which will make the market bigger.
True. Maybe not smartphones, but products. Not necessarily maybe a tablet or some other design.
A folding iPad. We have seen leaks of like a 3-way folding iPad. That looks pretty cool.
Yes, Apple released patents for that.
The LG folding OLED panel is supposed to be extremely good. We saw this year at CES, they had a rollable TV. Did you see this?
I did not see
it. It is a TV that is 75 inches that rolls into a box. So obviously LG has the technology for bendable / foldable displays, and they look amazing. So maybe Samsung's like,
Another concern is when we see Samsung and Huawei actually unveil their products, their foldable products. They look really cool in the demos, but whether or not they actually will work in real world situations is yet to be determined because nobody actually can use it, and nobody at the events could actually touch and play with the devices.
We're not allowed to touch it. Now, the display, the biggest issue is one, it's no longer glass, it's the plastic like we mentioned before. And secondly is that crease. Like where the device folds is going to be a weak point for the screen. That's an issue.
We actually talked about this in another video of Apple releasing a patent for a design or a technology that can keep the bendable part heated, because it is rumored and it is a known fact that plastic, when it gets to a certain temperature, it can break and malfunction. And obviously you don't want that if you're paying upwards of $2,000 for a phone, right?
$2,600.
Yeah, for the Huawei phone.
It is very cool to see that Samsung is sharing its technology. If you guys want us to check out any other rumors, let us know in the comments below.
And subscribe if you're new.